Unicorns and glitter and taxidermy critters are just some of the things they like. They also enjoy 80s hair bands, Grizzly Adams and John Goodman, so if you think that's weird then you can take a hike. But the things they enjoy the most are making art and cracking jokes, so without further ado, here are your hosts. You've got your two artsy gals, your two artsy gals. Here are your two artsy gals.
Holy shitballs, listeners, it's April. Can you believe that? That means that as of the 1st of April, we are 2 years old. So happy birthday to Artsy Gals. And we are celebrating later towards the end of the month our 100th episode. For that 100th episode, we are going to be broadcasting live on our Facebook page, and we're also going to be answering all of the frequently asked and not so frequently asked listener questions. So if you have a question, email those questions to twoartsygals@gmail.com. You can also call us and leave a voicemail with your question at 503-395-7190. And if you do that, we might even play your call during the episode. You can ask us questions on our Facebook too, as well, which we are Two Artsy Gals on Facebook. If you don't already follow us there, and tweet us a question on Twitter, which we're Two Artsy Gals on Twitter also. And I suppose you could probably even ask us a question on Instagram, because we're Two Artsy Gals there too. So visit us on all of our social medias. Part of what we're going to be talking about in this month is, I noticed all the podcasts that I listen to regularly are doing like their spring drive month. So we're kind of doing a spring drive, but kind of not. We have a new thing. It's called a Patreon account. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it's a site that allows you to support individual creative projects with a one-time big donations, or what we're trying is to get monthly supporters. So you can become a patron of Two Artsy Gals. If you love this podcast and you want to keep it going for another year, and you would like us to be able to have a small operating budget, which is kind of what we're going for, you can pledge from $5, anywhere from $5 to, what is the highest one? Let me see. I think we have $5 to $45 options. But there are $5, $10, $20, and $45 pledges that you would do monthly. You can set that up to automatically go to us monthly. We have some fun little rewards that you can get for doing so. And what that will do is allow us to keep the show going. It'll cover costs of hosting, web hosting, and for our domain, it will cover, because that's going to renew pretty soon. And it will also cover our storage, like our hosting fees, so that we're able to keep all of our episodes available for you guys to listen to, available online. It'll also give us a little budget where we can buy products that we wouldn't necessarily work with individually, but that maybe we want to try out and tell you guys about, or maybe you want to know about. So you can do that. If you want to do that, you can visit us at patreon.com/twoartsygals. That's www.patreon.com/twoartsygals. And yeah, that would be really great, because we are a 100% listener supported show. What doesn't get covered by our listeners comes out of our own pocket. And, we're starving artists. So we're bringing you a free podcast that we kind of pay for sometimes. So we're hoping that maybe our listeners that are loyal and that love us will want to help us out a little bit monthly. If you don't want to do the Patreon account, you can also support us by doing a one-time donation through PayPal. There's a link on our website, which is twoartsygals.com. It's actually a button. Click on that button and it will send you to a PayPal form that'll allow you to do a one-time donation. You can also just get us something off of our Amazon wish list, there's also a button for us on our website, and it will take you to our wish list, and you can choose what item you would like to have sent to us. So you can do it that way. We love your support. We love our listeners, and we just want to keep the show going strong. So we hope you like us enough to support us. Like I said, this month we've got a lot coming up. We're going to be, we have some fun episodes happening, and we have our big 100th episode that we're going to do at the end of the month. So enjoy the show. Hey everybody, this is Katie.
And this is Lonnie.
And you're listening to Two Artsy Gals. Yay! Alright, that's just going to be what it is.
It's loud. We're enthusiastic.
We're enthusiastic today.
Yep.
Lies. I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not feeling super enthusiastic today.
Lies, yeah.
Wait, is that a song?
It was in the 80s or
I
something.
thought you were gonna sing like Stevie Nicks shit, and I hate her.
Oh.
I shouldn't say that out loud. I don't
I
hate her.
know.
I'm not a Fleetwood Mac person. I don't hate Fleetwood Mac. I just am not. I don't know.
Just not that into her.
I don't go, yeah, when it comes on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I'm more of a Steve Miller Band kind of person.
Ah, okay.
I don't know. It's weird to me. There are definitely people like that. There's like, because Sharon, super hardcore Stevie Nicks person.
Yeah, I'm a neutral on that.
I mean, I don't dislike her per se. It's not my jam.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't, yeah.
They're not fun enough sounding. Like, I like upbeat, fun, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does, yeah.
I don't know. Sorry. My chair's getting squeaky. It's old. I realized how old this chair was the other day. Like, it's super old.
That's cute.
Like, I think I've had it longer than I've had my husband.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I've never had a desk chair last that long.
Well, I feel like a screw fell out of it the other day or something. I heard a noise, but I didn't find anything. But now it's all like extra squeaky. My dog's like, what are you fucking doing? Because he scrambles when I roll the chair.
Ah, yeah, good.
I've rolled
good
over
thinking.
on his tail
Yeah,
before. So.
smart dog.
I just want to tell you that my animals have been ignoring me all morning until you got here.
Aww.
And now they're all up in our biz.
It's because I gave Doodah some butt scratches.
He loves a butt scratching, that dog.
Yep.
I just had to warn everybody ahead of time. This might be a barky episode. I think somebody's moving into the apartments next door. Did you see a U-Haul when you pulled up or anything anywhere?
I saw, no.
I've heard some weird noises out there. Anyway, he's been barking his damn face off about shit.
Oh, man.
It's driving me crazy.
I thought you were going to warn them about my froggy voice.
No, but I talked to my mom last night and she has a cold and she sounded like, was it Froggy from our gang, from like the Little Rascals?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what they called him? That's what she sounded like. I was like, whoa, you sound weird. Bloody Snow.
I forgot about that guy.
I did too until I heard my mom's voice and then I could see his face. I was like, oh my God,
Oh,
Mom, you
yeah.
sound awful.
He was a little blonde kid,
Yeah,
right?
with the glasses.
Okay, yeah, whoa.
And he sounded like an
long time ago.
old man with a sore throat.
Yeah.
I always wondered if
Did they overdubbed him or
I
something?
don't know, did they do that? Because that's from like when our parents were little kids.
It's true. That's technology.
Yeah. Or if they just made the poor little kid talk like that and it fucked up his vocal cords for the rest of his life. Like, I don't know. They didn't have child labor laws back then.
We need to make a documentary, Froggy, the true story, or whatever.
That's hilarious. Sharon's husband's half brother is related to Alfalfa.
Wow.
It's like his great grandpa or something. He looks like him too. Like when I met him
That's
when he was a
cute.
little boy, and I was like, "Whoa, did you guys know that little kid looks like Alfalfa?" And they're like, "Yeah, duh." I'm like, "Oh,
I always thought Alfalfa was so cool when I was a kid. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I wanted to be his friend. I just remember that. I don't know why though. I was a small child.
I don't know.
watched
I was
that
trying to
show.
think of who I was partial to. I like the little boy. I can't remember his name. The little boy that
Spanky?
I liked Spanky. He was cute, but I also like that little boy that Stymie. That's it. I liked Stymie.
Stymie.
Remember? The only episode I actually remember of the Little Rascals is when he was peeling an artichoke, sitting on the steps, and he goes, "This thing may choke Darty, but it ain't gonna choke me." And I thought that was hilarious, because that's right up my alley.
That's awesome.
I like that kind of comedy. I don't even know. I was going to go into a whole rant about dad jokes, because I've been...
Yeah, the dad jokes.
Well, my son gets... Apparently, I tell dad jokes,
Yeah.
I don't know. Or I find humor in them, and my son's like, Mom, you're my mom. Stop telling dad jokes. So apparently I'm only allowed to do like witty, intelligent jokes and not like punny, silly jokes.
That's not fair.
I know.
He needs to get over his gender bias.
He does need to get over his gender bias. Although his dad is quite guilty of the dad jokes.
So he's had his fill.
Yeah, he does a lot. But did you watch the Pee-wee's Big Holiday?
Yeah.
When nobody got this joke. I texted this joke to everybody when he goes, did you hear about the new, I totally forgot the name of the fabric. Corduroy. Did you hear about the new corduroy pillows? And everybody's like, seriously, my sister-in-law's like, no, what about them? And I'm like, I guess they're really popular right now. They're making headlines everywhere. And she's like,
I loved that joke.
I laughed so loud I had to pause the movie. Like, Kurt was like, really? Oh, was that funny? And I'm like, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law didn't get it. Like I said, they're making headlines everywhere. She's like, send me a link. Because this is via text. And I'm like, no, Karen, is a joke. And then it's not a joke when you have to explain it.
Do they not know what corduroy is, maybe? I don't know.
How can you not know what corduroy is? Everybody had, like, the zippy thighs when they were little kids.
And I remember getting headlines from corduroy pillows as a kid in the 70s.
The 70s, people did not think things through.
I know, I'm like, why did they do this to me? Yeah, why?
You wake up and get ready for school.
Or the couch, you get butt lines, too.
Butt lines from the couch. Mm-hmm. Or if you fall asleep on the couch, face lines. Speaking of lines, you can draw them. You can draw lines. I was trying to figure a way to get us out of this sidebar cesspool that we were stuck in. And you can use colored pencils to draw lines.
Ooh, you can make pretty lines with colored pencils. I feel like I need to turn
down our input right now for some reason. What is going on?
We are too full of it today.
We are. I'm going to turn well, now I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just going to turn us down just in case.
Now I've got a Stevie Nicks song in my head.
Fuck.
I know.
Now I do too, because you said that.
Which one?
That one about...
Gypsy?
Yeah.
Yep. That's the one that always...
And it's the one that makes me want to... I'm not lying. It makes me want to punch her in the stupid face. I'm sorry. It does. Oh my God. I'm revealing bad things about myself right now. I'm not a very good, look.
Holding it back?
I followed the Grateful Dead, but that was an anomaly. Because although I love the Grateful Dead, and I loved going to Dead shows, I fucking hate jam bands.
Yeah.
You take me to a Phish... I lied pretended to be sick to leave Phish concerts.
Wow.
I fucking hate them. Sorry, Phish fans. I know you're very passionate people.
Uh-huh.
But I just can't stand jam bands. Like, it makes me insane.
Yeah.
Except for the Grateful Dead. That's just my...
That's pretty funny, Katie.
Like, I don't know. I have other things, too, though. Like, I was kind of a crazy hippie girl. Can't fucking stand Neil Young.
Yeah.
I would rather jab hot ice picks in my ear holes.
Yeah, he's got a...
Than listen to Neil Young.
Yeah. It's a definite...
I hate him. I love Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Yeah.
Love those guys.
Without the young.
I don't even mind them with the young. I'm cool with that, too. Because Neil Young can sing normally. That's what bothers me. That song, like Cinnamon Girl.
Yeah.
It's not all... I hate it. I hate it. Okay. We're talking about colored pencils today, people. There's no way to recover from that Neil Young impersonation I just did, so...
You could draw Neil Young
draw your
as Mary Magdalene.
What?
I don't know. That was terrible.
Lonnie.
Erase that. Erase
down the marijuana pipe.
Erase that.
Erase that. They make erasable colored pencils.
Well, that's good, because, I've never actually, now that I think about it, maybe I have tried to erase one. I don't know.
It doesn't work with regular.
Yeah.
So, in case, again, I always say this in case you've been living under a rock and you don't know what colored pencils are, or you're just not sure. You know what a colored pencil is, but you're not sure what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, they have a core of wax and other binding agents.
I was like, it's wax like a crayon?
Wax and binding agents and stuff. And it's, they're either wax pigments, oil-based pigments. Some of them are water soluble. We'll get into that more later. But it's wrapped in a nice little handy piece of wood.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get shit on your hands.
There you go.
And you can keep them sharp, which I like,
Yeah.
sharpening. So, and we've all used like the Crayola or the Rose Art brands.
Yes.
Standard School Supply, I believe.
Uh-huh.
I almost took a drink of that water just now.
How long has it been here?
Well, I
Oh,
just
it's
got
done.
it out for like, it's my paint water cup because we're going to play with some stuff. I got stuff out to play with today.
Fun.
I should take pictures. We should start live tweeting when we're recording.
Yeah.
By we, I mean me, because I have the shit on
Yeah,
my
'cause
phone
I'm
for
not a
it.
Twitter.
So
I'm not a Twitter.
you're not a Twitterer.
I know. I wish I was sometimes, but
So I found a cool video this morning and I'm going to post it on the blog for this episode because you know that show How It's Made, which is one of my favorite fucking things to watch ever. I love it when they like Sunday How It's Made marathons.
yeah.
Except for I always nap.
Yeah, the voice.
The guy's got a real soothing voice.
Yeah, he
so
makes
eventually,
me
and then
wanna
you're watching
sleep.
things come out the extruder. It's all stuff that's really happy with my OCD.
Yeah.
Like you can watch a finely honed process.
Uh-huh.
And then I get all comfortable and then I wake up 2 hours later going, what?
Yeah.
I've been sleeping? But I found an episode, that episode of How It's Made on colored pencils.
Cool.
And it's like a 5-minute video. And I'm going to post it. So you know how they're made.
Nice.
Because it's fucking awesome. I watched it this
Yeah?
morning like 3 times.
Wow.
It was very satisfying.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I love watching shit like that. I'm kind of obsessed.
That's awesome.
The difference between like your basics, which like you said, like we've all used colored pencils.
Uh-huh.
Like I think they were required when we were kids.
Sometimes
you had to
get
have
them
them.
free in a restaurant to color on the little.
Sometimes
things.
when they're the fancy restaurants.
Yeah. You get like 3 colors.
3 fucking colors.
Yep.
The difference between those colored pencils, which are fine, and I'm pretty sure everybody in America has a package of those in their house or in their possession at some point. But as with any color medium, like any paint, anything, the difference between the general run-of-the-mill, go buy them at the store for your kid, art supplies, and higher-end art supplies are the quality of the pigments used and the amount of the pigment used. So,
Definitely noticed that.
yeah, whereas the Crayola brand and the Rose Art brand have, like, cheaper pigments probably and much less of them.
Yes.
When you get into the higher end things, which we're going to talk about, and I have one of my most prized possessions is my box.
And they seem harder or something. Like
Yeah,
you-
they're
not as much
harder
color
and they
lays down
don't
on the
blend
page.
as nicely. Like it's just the quality of material. They're using cheaper quality materials.
Yeah.
So they probably have a little bit more wax in them.
Yeah.
Those are fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with those.
Yeah. They work.
But also, if you're do a lot of illustration or you're a mixed media artist, you might want to invest in
Or you're
higher
really
quality.
into the adult coloring
Yeah,
because they're great for that.
I know. I got one for Christmas and I haven't used it yet. But
The adult coloring, like
the
there's
adult
a
coloring.
difference.
There's a Doctor Who coloring book that I want so bad.
Oh,
My friend Dana
yeah.
posted it the other day, and I need to go. She said this exists at Michael's, and I don't go to Michael's very often. So now I'm sure I can order it on Amazon though.
Yes.
There are also other adult coloring books that
I like the
need.
cursing ones.
I've not seen the cursing ones, but you know how I feel about
Oh
cursing.
yeah, it's like a twirly. It says "fuck" in like twirly letters with like flowers and stuff.
Need to have that.
Yeah, rad. They're really great. Yes. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about different kinds of colored pencils, and the first ones we're going to get to are like soft core.
Softcore.
Softcore. Wow, chicka, wow, wow. And then getting these out. Oh, and the boring colors are on the top. But I have a set of Prismacolor Premier colored pencils.
I'm kind of
that
jealous.
my husband got me for Christmas. This is the big set. This was almost $200.
Fuck.
But he got it really,
colors.
really, really on sale. Here's a better one. This has
Yeah,
brighter
around
colors.
Christmas time on Amazon.
That's where we got it.
The Prismacolors do go on sale.
So
Gorge.
we can.
Have you even used them?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No, I haven't. Of course, haven't had a chance to use all the colors. But you know, you can kind of feel. I wish I had some Crayola or Rose Art ones here that
They
I could
smell good.
Oh my god, they do smell good. Mm-hmm. I'm sniffing a pencil. I don't know if you could hear me. I kind of get this like weird urge to chew on them too. I don't know. I have some issues about stuff like that. But in these, I couldn't find it today, and I'm going to have to look for it again. But I know that Prismacolor specifically, and I'm sure they have different brands, it's just a plain wax blending colored pencil. Like it has no color, so you can go over, soften your edges and blend colors with this plain uncolored one.
Wow.
Which I have somewhere in this shithole that is my studio.
Oh.
And I don't know where. I say shithole because it's out of control in here today. Well, actually, it's not as bad as it has been.
It's not that
Just
bad.
the sewing half of my studio is out of control.
Yeah. Do you have sewing to do?
I
Have
actually
you
am
been
getting
sewing?
ready to do a project. I ordered a pattern for a sundress.
Ooh, cute.
And I'm going to finally use the cute little skull fabric that I got a couple of years ago and make myself a new
yeah.
sundress. So I have to
Awesome.
clean the other half. But
Awesome.
you can color with these more.
Oh.
We can test them out. That was
I
the
don't
whole
want
point.
to ruin your...
What?
I
Oh,
know.
I like that color. Anyway, we're just kind of making squiggly lines. We'll show you our squiggly line. I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna live tweet this shit right fucking now. Katie is cool. Lonnie, you're funny.
To the gypsy.
Oh, man.
But I was.
I'm making a shadow. I'll be your gypsy. Fuck, sorry. When did we start singing on the fucking podcast? Like, we do this all the time.
Because it's fun.
Oh, no. God damn it. That song is not going away now. Bonnie, why? How did we get on that?
Bloom, 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 bloom.
I don't even know what she's doing right now. You guys. I don't know what that was.
I'm a little sleep deprived, so.
I know, poor Lonnie had a
What day is
headache.
it? What-
It's Thursday. You know what? I texted her earlier in the week in a panic going, fuck, can you come over and just record one episode
And I was
tomorrow?
like, oh no.
And she's like, tomorrow? I have 2 appointments tomorrow. This was Tuesday that I was texting her this,
Yeah.
which I thought was Wednesday. And I had no plans for our episode because we record on Thursdays. And I don't
was like,
know.
oh,
I've been
shit.
off all week. I've been so,
totally get that.
it's been the weirdest week.
Yeah, I totally get that.
I'm tweeting right now, you guys.
Twiddle-diddle-dee,
Recording our awesome colored pencil episode. Woot.
I watched this cool video. I got mesmerized by...
There, I tweeted just now.
It was acrylics, though, but this video of just this person painting an eye. And it was the most
Oh,
mesmerizing
dude, I
thing. Did you see
know.
that? Or
I
did you
have
post
seen it.
that?
No, I
don't-
didn't post it, but I've seen it, and I may have posted it before.
Damn, I want those kind of skills. I guess I gotta go to like fine
You
art
take some
school or some
classes.
shit. 'Cause
No, you just have to practice. Honestly,
I was watching and I was like, how
Okay,
do
maybe
people
that's my
even...
thingy.
I mean, I know it's a thing you can learn, but it just amazes me to see how all these tiny little strokes and lines become this amazingly intricate,
I know, right?
detailed thing in the end.
I
I'm
know.
like, damn, that's awesome. So all you artists out there that can do that, I just want to give you a big hug and a shout out because that's so
Right?
cool. That's a skill.
I want to rub my
that-
boobs on them.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Booby, booby, booby.
You're the best.
Wow,
Do,
our booby
do.
dance made the dog get up. He's like, what? Booby
What?
dance?
Like all the artists run and hide. No.
They're
Here
like,
we
what the fuck is
come.
wrong with these
We're gonna squish you.
twit birds? That's what my mom would call me, a twit bird. So, yeah. So, whoa.
Tit birds.
Anyway, this is my fancy pencil set. There's also some down on the side.
They're pretty.
Colored pencils can be used for anything, BT dubs. This is one of my favorite things about colored pencils is they work on so many different surfaces.
That's really?
Yeah. Ow. I just shoved my finger in the fucking lid to my, like, any kind of paper,
You
really.
can make anything dangerous.
I can. That hurt really bad. I fucking twice yesterday at water aerobics, when I was getting ready in the locker room, I moved the door to one that was open because I always use the same locker and I get really bent out of shape if my locker's not empty. Like it makes me have this little tantrum inside that I would never throw externally because I'm a grown ass person, but I moved this other locker out of my way and the fucking edge of it was somehow sharp, and it scratched the side of my pinky loud enough or hard enough to make me go ow out loud. Actually, I think I said owie.
Oh.
But the lady next door, and standing next to me goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that was just a really sharp locker door." And she's like, "Oh." I think she was thinking, geez, grow a pair. I don't know. And then at the end of water aerobics, I need to cut my nails really bad. We're doing this exercise where you like push down with they have these really dense pool noodles that are meant to make resistance. So you're like lifting weights in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And you push down at the same time that you like kind of cheerleader jump with your legs. And I fucking gored my inner thigh with my thumbnail.
God.
Like,
ow,
I have a big scratch.
Ow. I've done that on my hip before.
In the fucking chlorine, like, public pools have some serious chlorine going on.
Ooh, yeah.
So then it was, like, stinging. I said, ow. And the instructor was like, because I have to be up front because I have balance issues. So sometimes I need to grab the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't have a lot of movement around me in my peripheral vision because it makes me get vertigo. So if I'm just up front, that lessens the amount of motion going on around me.
Mm-hmm.
So she can always hear me because I'm the closest. And I was like, ow. And she goes, ow. Like, what the hell hurt about that? And then I said, I stabbed myself. So it was embarrassing. But yeah, you can use these on any like watercolor paper, regular paper, pastel paper. They also work on
On wood?
Yes. Whoa. We moved our phones that we're holding. We have the fan on today because we're having a weird heat wave in Portland. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today in May. Fuck that noise. That's all I'm saying. But, I totally sidebar. I just brain farted. What was I saying?
On wood, you can
color. You can color on wood. You can color on fabric. The Sasquatch thing that we did, the embroidery, the fabric art.
Yeah.
You can use them, especially we're going to talk more about different kinds of colored pencils.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're very versatile is what I'm getting at.
Can you Mod Podge over them?
Yes.
Cool. Probably not the watercolor ones, but the other ones.
Yeah, you could.
Oh.
You might need to
blend
seal them
bit.
a little bit first, like spray some hairspray on them or something like that, and then Mod Podge over the top. But yeah, like I said, they're super versatile.
Cool.
I've even colored like backgrounds and then inkjet printed over the top of colored pencil and stuff like that. You can color on shrink-eating plastic with them. You can do so many things. So many things. Really, as a mixed media artist, that's why I have so many different kinds. And I don't have all the kinds that I want.
Yeah.
First, I want to talk about a kind I don't have, but it is on my list.
What?
They make metallic ones.
Oh.
But they're really, I think Derwent, I never say that right. Derwent makes them. I'm going to double check that because now I'm saying it, which is one of my two favorite brands of colored pencils. I actually really like Derwent's stuff. I'm pretty sure they make them. And if you draw on darker paper with them, it is like, boom, this color just comes out at you and it's
like
metallic
a gel pen.
and it's like, but it's not wet.
Pencil.
It is amazing and I want them.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact,
that sounds
I might
really
buy them
cool.
for myself
Yeah, that
just
sounds
because.
fun.
But I also, speaking of Derwent, I got these out. They have...
That'd be fun for the spell book.
Ooh,
Yeah.
They make Inktense colored pencils. And really, they're just a more saturated...
Oh.
They're really saturated color.
So
but
are those super fancy ones?
you may also test these out because these ones, which are really cool, because now you'll feel the difference on them when you write. They're a little bit grippier on the paper.
Uh-huh.
But the cool thing about these is they're kind of like watercolor pencils, which we'll talk more about just in a moment, because you can go over them with water and blend them and make them smooth, but they also are they come out inky.
Oh,
kind of an inkier coloring, like a deep, more intense than like the softer watercolor colors.
Wow.
I guess. But that's why I got us brushes and water just to screw around with these really quickly and just so you can kind of see we're not using watercolor paper right now, but I've used these actually, see how bright and intense the color is?
Holy shit. That's awesome. These are rad.
Yeah, I love these. I've used these a lot in altered books and journals. Oops, I mixed my colors. I don't like it when I do that. Well, when I do it unintentionally. That is. I think I drew a robot with these in one of my journals.
Cute. Is this what you did the elephant bee thing with?
No, but I did use watercolor pencils in some of that for the stripes. So I'll probably post that.
These are fun.
They are
some
super
of
fun. I love these. And you can find these on Amazon. I am going to link on our website the Derwent and Prismacolor websites because we're talking about those brands specifically.
I made a flower.
She did. She did make a flower. So, but then if you get out they also, and these are ink tints, and they have various, okay, I didn't snap my fingers in these.
Yay!
They have, Derwent has a lot of different kinds of watercolor or colored pencils you can choose from. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And those are really cool. I've never played with those. I like those very much.
And these are this is just a basic set of Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. I love these. These are what I used. I made an illustration for my friend Becky and her husband Eric. They just had a baby. Well, he's about 4 months old. He was a preemie. He was a little cutie pie. And Becky collects bees and loves bees. And her husband Eric loves elephants and collects elephants. So I combined them and made up a little creature called a bumblefint.
He's so cute.
And I did the stripes for the bumblefint, like on his body. Part of his body is black and yellow because bumblebee. I did the stripes with the colored pencil, and I like using watercolor pencils because it's like watercolor, but it's easier to control where it goes.
Yeah.
So if you want to do definite,
like more
detailed areas, or you would like to, you don't want it to bleed too much, that would be your. See how this is a little bit less intense than the Inktense colored pencils, though, but it still blends lovely. And this is just these are just the pigments that you would find probably in cake watercolor with a little bit more wax in them or binding agent that will make them harder. But once they're down on paper.
Yeah, they totally blend out.
And you can also, if you want that classic watercolor look too, it's just add more water.
Yeah.
And it blends them all together. It's kind of hard to do on this paper just because we're not using. I just grabbed a sketch pad so we could try these out. But
these are cool.
These are my favorites too. I love these, and these are actually a good brand. I buy their drawing pencils because they have this little triangular shape to them.
Yeah.
And grippy bumps.
Mm-hmm.
They make my favorites. Graphite pencils too for drawing.
Mm.
And I wanted to talk about these. I think I've mentioned them before. These are actually Child's Art Supply, technically speaking. I love these. They're Stabilo.
Are they grease
They're
pencils?
called the Woodies.
Oh.
No, they're kind of like a combination of a colored pencil and an oil pastel almost.
Wow.
And they're big, they're hard to find too, these, so I don't use them very often, but they're big fat colored pencils, but you can use them dry, and they feel kind of like a crayon. You'll see when you write with them, they write really smooth and
oh wow,
and a fluid feeling. But you can color with them and they blend really great. You can color, blend, shade with these, and then if you go over them with water, it's also, I don't know, it's weird because it's not like watercolor. It's more like maybe a gouache is what it feels like when you're painting with it.
Cool.
But I love these. Oh my god, I love them so much. Seriously.
So where did you find these?
I found them on Amazon a couple years ago. They're made by a German company, and so it's really, and I don't know that they manufacture them regularly. They're hard to find. Like, they're hard to find even on the company's website.
How did you know about them?
An old friend of mine told me about them when we were doing a swap together, because she sent me her pages, and I was like, whoa, what did you do with this? Because it has a, oh, sorry, that was a terrible sound. It has a, when they dry, or when even the ones you've colored with, the texture of them is awesome. Like, when you touch it on the paper, it's such a smooth, almost buttery feeling.
Wow.
It's nice and thick. And I was like, whoa, what did you do that with? And she told me what they were, and I bought some immediately.
Yeah. Those are cool.
They're really awesome. Those are what I had to play with today. I just wanted to be able to kind of talk about the differences as we were using them. They also make, and I need a set of these so badly. I'm going to include them in the color pencil conversation because they're in pencil form.
Okay.
They make chalk pastels in a pencil form.
Oh, wow.
Which I love using chalk pastels when I'm drawing and doing illustrations. It's one of my favorite. I think I mentioned when we did our pastels episode like 2 years ago almost that was the first medium that I really fell in love with when I was in high school. I love them, and I think that it would be so cool to have them in a pencil form to get more fine detail. You have the ability to sharpen them better.
Yeah. Or do they peel like a grease pencil peels? No, they sharpen.
They sharpen.
Wow.
And I need a pair, or need a set of those. They also have oil pastels in pencil form as well, which I think would be kind of close to like the Woodies.
Yeah.
But maybe just a little bit harder. Because their real oil pastels are a little harder than crayons or these Woodies.
Yeah.
But I want to find some of those.
Yeah.
There's so many art supplies that I think I need to have.
That's fun.
I need lots of things. But yeah, I think I'll try to find some things that I did with colored pencils. I guess that's all about colored pencils.
They're fun.
They're awesome.
I didn't realize how versatile they were.
They're very versatile, and a lot of people don't realize that there are as many choices in colored pencils as there are.
Yeah.
So it's actually a little overwhelming. I would do research about them before you go into a store, because then you just end up like, when you go into like Blick, or you end up just buying all the things.
Yeah.
Until you can't buy any of the things.
Because I like those inky ones a lot.
Yeah, you can get those on Amazon.
Nice.
I'll post links to the specific. I'll do website winks. We should call links winks. I think.
I know. Yeah.
It's a little wink. Giving the company a little wink. I'll post links for the specific products that I talked about too, I think, as well as the websites for these companies. Let's see. Next week. Oh, so this month, I did want to say we don't really have many questions coming in for our big 100th birthday episode. So we need y'all to ask us some questions. I mean, I have some saved up that are like frequently asked questions that I've, just have come up over the last couple of years. But we need some crazy questions too.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care. Silly questions. Let's make it fun and funny. So do that, people. Send us some things.
Yeah.
It makes us sad when we ask for audience participation and then we get none.
Oh, yeah.
It makes me feel discouraged.
Oh, no.
It makes me feel like nobody's really listening to us. That they're all just downloading it to their podcast or to their podcast apps, and then they're not listening. And it makes me sad inside.
Oh.
I'm being needy. Being incredibly needy right now. But next week, you know what, Lonnie? I'm changing our plans.
Uh-oh.
Because I have been seeing all these fucking miniature food videos.
They're so cute.
And my brain is like, what? Like,
yeah, they're so cute.
we're going to talk about miniatures next week.
Okay.
Because now I have miniatures on the brain.
Yeah.
And we've been planning to do a show on miniatures for a while.
Yeah.
But I
know.
think it needs
I
to
have
happen.
some envy of those, whoever made that stove and...
Yeah. We have to talk, we
like,
need to discuss.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of opinions about this and a lot of things to say about it and a lot of mixed feelings about it. It kind of bumps up against some phobias, but I'm still fascinated nonetheless.
Did
like,
you see the tacos?
Yes. And I just saw some kind of miniature bird being roasted today in a fake oven. And that's the one that pushed me over the edge.
Okay,
like with taters and carrots.
Seen that.
I'm like, did they kill their parakeet? Like, are they roasting a finch? Like,
yeah, what is...
I don't know.
I have not seen
It's
that.
freaking me
I
out,
don't know if I
man.
could, yeah.
But
I just saw the mini mac and cheese.
I do also want to talk about miniatures because we've been planning that for a while. And miniature things are awesome.
Yeah, they are. My mom
Except
has
for tiny
always
chairs.
had a thing for miniatures. So I grew up
I
with
like
them.
working on a really tiny scale too. Mm-hmm. Which is funny. My son got that from me when he was younger. And I still notice it like now, just in different ways, but he's always collected little teeny tiny things.
Yeah.
Like little tiny cats and he liked those red rose tea animals.
Uh-huh.
And yeah. And he used to write microscopically. Like his teachers would get mad at him because he
That's
wrote
cute.
so small. They're like, look, we're grading papers.
Yeah.
And I mean, it made me mad though. It wasn't like it was bad handwriting. It was
Yeah.
just tiny handwriting. Like, that's how he writes.
It's like a
Fuck
typewriter.
off.
I mean,
Jerk.
typewriter's tiny.
Yeah. So join us next week to discuss all of these crazy things about miniatures.
Yeah.
And know that our episode, we are going to go have a lunch meeting as soon as I push stop on this. And Lonnie and I are going to figure out when we're going to do our live recording episode. And we'll announce that on our Facebook page later.
Mm-hmm.
So probably actually before this episode goes up because I want people to know ahead of time. But hello. So yeah.
Hey, there
don't
we
know what that was.
go.
The dog is giving us our done bell.
Yep.
All right. So until next week, go make some cool shit, yo.
Do it now.
Good morning, Katie. This is your friend. I'm recording on the new Tascam. I'm trying to figure out what the buttons do. But every once in a while, I take a break to poo.